children. In the previous session, we have learnt about air pollution and ozone layer. In today's session, we will learn about water. So let us start with water. This is an activity wherein various purposes for which water is used are given, and you have to record how much amount of water in liters is used in your house for a whole day. After doing this, you have to divide the total amount of water used in your house by the number of persons in your house to find out how much water each person needs. So children, from this activity, what did we learn? We learnt that it is impossible for us to spend even a single day without water. For the smooth functioning of our body, we need to drink 3 to 4 liters of water daily. The amount of water needed for every organism depends on the size of their body. If hydrogen gas burns in air, it combines with oxygen and water is formed. Let us now revise some of the characteristics of water which we have learned before. In nature, water is available in 3 states. It does not have color, odor and taste. Many substances can dissolve in it. Therefore, it is called a universal solvent. It is said that water is life because no living things can survive without water. The blood of animals and the sap in plants contain a very high proportion of water. Now, let us learn about the distribution of water on the earth. The seas and the oceans occupy 97% of the total earth's surface, whereas groundwater, ice and water in other forms occupies 2.7%, and a very small quantity of water, that is 0.3%, is available for drinking. We cannot use all the water on the earth because sea water is salty. Some water is in the frozen state. A small quantity of water is available for drinking, but it is enough for all living things. Let us see the uses of water on the earth. You can see an image on your screen. From this image, we understand that water is used for various purposes such as drinking, washing, irrigation, etc. It is used in large quantities. We have learnt that water on the earth is regulated through the water cycle. We have learnt about water cycle in standard 5th. So children, what is meant by water cycle? Water cycle is the process in which water from the oceans gets evaporated due to the sun's heat. These water vapors condense after reaching the sky and fall back on the earth in the form of rain. The water vapor formed from oceans is the main source of water in the water cycle. As a result of this process, fresh water sources are formed on the earth. We get water through natural as well as man-made sources. Natural sources of water are oceans, lakes, ponds, rivers, streams, etc. While man-made sources of water are wells and bore wells dug into earth to lift groundwater. Due to uncontrolled use of water for an increasing population, industry and farming, water scarcity has become a serious problem. Now, let us see some important facts about water. Use water sparingly. Sparingly means carefully. Block water, let it percolate. Percolate means filter. Store water wherever possible. Reuse water wherever possible. Stored water does not become stale. Stale means no longer fresh. There is one question on page number 4 in your textbook. Let us see the question. In what ways is the water in seas and oceans useful even though it is salty? There are many aquatic organisms in marine waters. Marine water means water of the seas and oceans. Some of these are edible varieties such as fish, crab, prawns, etc. Fishery is an important occupation of coastal people which is entirely dependent on seas. Salt, iodine and some other minerals are obtained from seawater. Transport of goods is done via sea routes. In these ways, the water in seas and oceans is useful even though it is salty. So children, in today's session, we have learnt about distribution of water on the earth, uses of water on the earth, water cycle, natural sources of water, man-made sources of water and important facts about water. In the next session, we will be beginning with land. Thank you.